Welcome back to the Rhode Show. This morning in the buzz, the nation's, let me try that again. The nation's science report card is out, and it is being met with some mixed reactions in both Rhode Island and Massachusetts. One state's actually celebrating the scores. The other says it's really a wake-up call. The National Assessment of Education Achievement compares science test scores from each state. Now, in Massachusetts, it was all smiles as fourth graders tied for first in science performance. Their eighth graders tied for second place on the test compared with the rest of the nation. That's great news for the Bay State. But it is a different story here in Rhode Island. Overall, Rhode Island reported the lowest scores in New England and the lowest overall score among 8th grade Hispanic students in the country. Not so good news. Now, Education Commissioner Deborah Gist is hoping that the state's education transformation plan and Race to the Top funding will help bring Rhode Island students better success in the future. Take a look.
Our students deserve better than this, and our families deserve better than this. Our students are just as capable of the students in Massachusetts, and they deserve our giving them the same quality of education.
And in case you are wondering how your school district did, well, the results are based on statewide samples, so individual school districts are not included. So you're a parent, Patrick. You surprised by the results in Rhode Island?
Well, according to what Deborah Gist said, she's not pleased with the plan or the people that are implementing the plan. Yeah. So what does that mean? The teachers aren't doing a good job? What she just said probably didn't make a lot of teachers very happy.
No, no.
Am I surprised? I don't know. These different sort of test scores that come out for these different type of topics, and you know, the kid that you're tested on this, that, and the other thing, and I don't get it all. I mean, honestly, it's like, is it everybody, or is it just, I don't know.
Well, I wonder why Massachusetts is doing so much better. I mean, they're close to us.
What communities in Massachusetts were tested? Were they testing the Concord Carlisles and the Lexingtons of the world?
Yeah.
Were they in South Boston or East Boston, or you know, in the city, in the in the Lynn's and Everett's of the, I mean, I don't know.
Right, we don't know where the samples came from, but when she talks about the Race to the Top funding, we're getting millions and millions of dollars from this. I mean, do you think this might help, Michaela?
I hope so. I really do. I mean, I think education is out there, and it's based on the teachers and the plans, the lesson plans, things like that. But I'm kind of skeptical, because if they're basing them just on these tests alone, who's to say that the teachers aren't catering towards these tests? Maybe they're just filling them with the information that they need to answer A, B, and C.
Right, and not the other stuff.
Exactly. Yeah. And who's to say that they're not well-rounded, or they don't know any more information than just what's based on the test? So that's kind of tough.
Well, I think, students are graded, right?
Yeah.
Right.
The time is coming, I think, where teachers start getting graded, and nothing against teachers. My mom was a teacher. It's a tough job.
Right.
It's sometimes a thankless job. You only hear about things when things go wrong.
True.
But they also have a pretty good gig that with tenure, and losing their job is pretty impossible.
Right. Right.
So they could slack, and
I'm not saying that was the case, but I'm just saying that
I'm saying they could.
They
the
could. I mean, everybody could
is
slack in their job,
right.
but maybe there's going to be some sort of performance evaluation system set up for teachers that's different than the one in place. Will that help? I don't know.
Well, look at Central Falls when they went through their whole thing, and they said, the curriculum is awful, and let's get all the teachers out of there.
You really hope that this is a turning point. You know what I mean? That this is like the bottom, and we're just going to improve from here. We have to. I mean, it can't get much worse than what last in the nation with some of these 8th graders. So.
And also, let's not be quick to point the finger at the teachers all the time, because it also starts at home. There's parents that maybe aren't as into what their kids are doing at school, and that could also affect those test scores. But I'm sure there's a hot topic over there in the New England Tech Center where Courtney is. Oh, we just caught her live blogging.
Tweeting through comments.
Yeah, responding to some teachers that might be mad at us for the way we feel about things that maybe they're not doing right now. I don't know.
We have lots of parents on the blog, which is good, so they're sharing their own personal experiences and stories about their kids as students. So we will start on the live blog as usual to see what Rhode Show viewers have to say this morning. And Jean says, none of the subjects are more important than the others, to my thinking. And one artist says, let's focus on science. After all, that's where our future lies. And Joe B says, I think all areas should be focused on to improve the overall performance in our school system. Here's the poll right right underneath the live blog. And today we're asking what area of study should be more focused on. Choices are A, science, B, math, C, language arts, or D, social studies. And then we also have a story that goes along with that about this report here in all of the states involved. Here's a snapshot of our Facebook page, and this morning Sheila Perez says basic math, science, English, kids are too tech friendly and they lack the ability to solve without a machine. And then Patricia Fargerly says maybe Rhode Island needs more hands-on in some subjects. She said some children grasp things easier than others if they can see and touch. So if you want to weigh in, you can visit our Facebook page, the poll, or chat with us on the live blog. We'll be on it till about 9 o'clock. But for